Hello, hello. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. Talk for me?
Oh, hi.
Oh no.
One, two, three,
No.
four, five, six, seven.
Talk
Can you
again.
hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Talk again.
Hello, my name's Toni, and
Come.
I'm closer.
Yeah, that's fine. How's that?
That's you're gonna move it closer to me
No, I think
Are you
I'll
good?
move it in between. Have you tried the new Have you downloaded the new iOS 14?
on laptop.
No, just on your phone.
I'm scared of updating.
Oh, it's got so much new things you can play around with.
Really?
Yeah.
Should I update it then?
I'm surprised because I've been looking at people's like Animal Crossing new like.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting.
I'm like, cause my
Like now you
last
can do this
iPhone-
widget thing.
Oh,
Yeah, you can do like widgets like that.
what iPhone's yours again?
X. The number 10?
I can't remember what.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
I think this might be X.
Yeah.
I really should know.
You really should.
No, I should know what iPhone I have.
Yeah, which one did you spend thousands of dollars in?
Oh, okay, iPhone X. Good.
iPhone X.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, is it okay? The update's okay?
Yeah, well they've
Does it
said
lag and stuff?
it's good, but I think they've said there's some bugs, but not that much of a bug.
Because my last iPhone,
Yeah.
I think it was 6, when I updated it,
Hmm.
that's when I had to change to a new one. Just everything just screwed up.
Yeah, I think the new one is okay, but I say maybe wait another week or two.
Okay.
Just, have they started bombarding you with like, oh, please update, please update, please update?
Well, every time they do, I always say remind me later, and then
Not now.
yeah. Because ever since my last phone screwed up because of update, I'm just scared of update.
Yeah. Alright, shall we start?
Yeah.
I've already recorded. I've been recording, but anyway.
Oh,
It's just,
please don't put that in the.
oh, guess what? It's definitely going in.
No.
Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It's another episode. And as usual, I have Toni with me. And we're sitting
In a cafe again.
in a cafe with outdoor noises.
But
with
no dog this time.
no dog this time. Oh, you look super sad about that.
I am very sad.
Yeah, actually, we were just having some food before, and we were talking about, sort of respecting. What were we talking about? We were talking about relationships. We were talking about communication, and then your
Lack of communication.
lack of communication, and the horrible you
Date experiences.
you had. Because I didn't realize how much of a dirtbag some people can be. Jesus Christ.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like much worse than me as well.
I've had some pretty bad ones. But what you just told me, I don't know. Oh, we won't say it. But like.
Let's not talk.
But the first thing. Oh, so sort of what I wanted to talk to Toni about is actually communication and just sort of the art of talking in general. And then so when I texted to Toni a couple of days ago, I said to her like, I want to talk about communication between families, friends, loved ones, and colleagues and employees and all that stuff. So I guess the first thing I would want to ask you is, let's talk friendship first. On the friendship, like when you're looking for a friend, how do you deem communication a really important trait to have in a good friend?
I think so. If you're looking to like be lifelong friends with someone, you have to have good communication because you're gonna go through fights or disagreements, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to be able to resolve those disagreements, you have to communicate.
So how would
So
you? Sorry, go
yeah.
on.
I mean, if you're just with someone to have a good time, then maybe not so much.
Yeah.
I think it depends what kind of friend you're looking for.
So right now in your situation in 2020, if you're looking for a friend, how would you prioritize the following things? If a communication skill, what's the other one? I had communication skill, being there for you. So I guess being there for you, and oh my god, I'm going blank right now. What's the things you want in your friends? I can't remember them. Well, what do
Be
you...
a good person.
Be a good person.
Well, same interests. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
have the same.
To a degree, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's important for me to have the same interests.
To have same interests.
Yeah, or at least like to have topics you can talk about. Because I usually, spend time with friends doing something I like.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
talking about stuff I like.
this included. This recording.
Yes,
part
totally.
of it. I begged her. Like, please.
You didn't have to put that in, but
Like, please just come hang out with me and do a recording. Or else I'll just be a crazy guy sitting in a cafe talking.
that's okay. No one will judge you.
You'd be surprised. It's just like every time I pull out the microphone, people like just get
That's why I don't do vlogs. I get really self-conscious, like filming myself and talking to a camera.
I think maybe Australian people aren't overly used to that.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Can you imagine you're just like, hey guys, it's Tony back again
I just
with vlog
I don't
number
know. I
777.
feel stupid. I actually don't know how people do it.
It's almost like you have to act, isn't it?
Yeah. And then I feel really awkward in public doing it, so not my thing. But
Can you imagine meeting a Karen in your vlog?
What?
Can you imagine meeting like a Karen? Do you know?
I know what you mean by a Karen.
Yeah. Karen. Can you imagine me? And then they're just like,
No.
excuse me, you can't take photos here. Like, you stay here, I'm gonna call the police.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. I've always thought, so communication between friends. I just think, for me, so I agree, like, I would like there to be some sort of common interest to talk about, but to me, I think communication and quality of time is something that I really look for in a friend.
Quality time.
Quality time. So like, I know we talked about this before, but like, if say like I call you, I'm like, oh, hey, do you want to hang out on whatever day?
Yeah.
And then you say, yeah, sure. And then that's said, to me, I'm gonna give you, or like the general you, my best. I'm gonna give you my undivided attention throughout the beginning and towards the end. Like obviously, like duration, it doesn't have to be long, but because in my head, this person has, block this amount of time to come and see me and to come and hang out with me. I want to provide that. I basically I don't want them to go back to the car and be like, that was a fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
Like I did not need that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Actually, I feel like a lot of people don't have that awareness these days. Like, I think a lot of people are okay with just, like, sitting there for a 30-minute session and then, like, scrolling through phone. And then that counts as your catch-up, you know what I mean?
But then, like, what's
Sometimes,
the point in that then?
Yeah, I know. I also feel the same with you.
Do you get, like, say if you're hanging out with a friend and then your girlfriend or a guy friend, like, and then they start, doing that, like, after 30 minutes they start going through their phone, do you get like, hey, what are you doing? Like, put your phone away, man. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I do. If we agree to, like, I don't know, watch a movie together.
Yeah.
Or do something together,
Yeah.
then they, like, if you're just like, quickly replying to text, like, whatever. But if you're just sitting there, like, scrolling your phone and, like, kind of watching, I'm kind of like,
What's the point?
yeah, I feel that way.
Yeah, I agree. And then what happens to your friends? Or what has happened for you when you call them out on it? Are they like, oh, I'm so sorry? Or they're like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna like keep doing this.
Well, I mean, usually they'll understand.
Yeah.
But because it's a habit for them.
The addiction.
Yeah, it's either an addiction or a habit. So they'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. But then they might, like, go back again.
Like after 20 minutes?
Yeah. So it takes a while. You have to keep reminding them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, because to me, that sort of annoys me, and...
I don't think they realize that, though. They don't realize that, like, that's how we feel about it.
Yeah, that's true. Because
It's not like they're intentionally trying to disrespect. I don't think it's intentional, that's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Like it's actually just a habit, an addiction or whatever,
Yeah,
just
I
like they
think
just
so.
keep looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That could be it. But like, cause I was watching there was a new documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma, I think. Have you seen that
Oh,
one?
I think I've heard
Yeah.
on Netflix.
On Netflix,
I haven't seen
yeah.
it though. No.
They were. It was like they interviewed all these different CEOs or founders or sort of executives from throughout like all different platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. What's the other one? Not
Twitter?
yeah, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then one of the guy that was talking about, I can't remember which platform he was from, but he was saying that like, might have been Facebook, but he was saying they had a team of people, and their job is literally trying to find the most satisfying ding, like the sound where you get a notification, like
Really? That exists?
yeah, and then and then it was like, oh, so it triggers like our like endorphins, so we want to constantly like check our phone.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at it, I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize that was a job. Like,
That's so interesting.
can you imagine? Like, welcome to Facebook. Your job is to make the best ding. So get cracking, guys.
Wow. So how do I like find out what's the best? Do they like test it and then like look at the brain frequency or what?
I think it's actually, yeah, I think it's maybe a mixture. Maybe they have like test groups, and then maybe they ask for like an advisor that's like a, I don't know, some
Sound specialist.
yeah,
or
or like a neuroscientist to look at the brain and be like, oh, ding, whatever.
Oh, okay. That's really interesting.
I don't know, because like I said to you, like, and I don't want to get into it in the recording, but like a few things that has happened to me recently made me realize that communication and respecting each other's time is becoming more important to me. Because
As you get older.
As you get older, because I
time's
used.
valuable.
That's true. It's a really, really, really rare. Well, not rare commodity, but it's a very important commodity. Because I used to think that just because I'm giving my friend who I'm spending time with my undivided attention, that he or she will also do the same to me. But
It's not always the case.
it's not always the case. And then I think I was lucky enough to have friends around me who sort of felt very similar. Like if we're hanging out, if we're doing something, like it's usually like phones in our pockets. You know, you get the usual, like maybe like a text from a family member or an important work call. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
talking, like you said, like, you know, if they're just constantly scrolling through Facebook.
I think also same, like my friends are also like me, but I think that's because like I wouldn't really want to be friends with someone that's always like, because like like what you said, like what's the point? I feel like it was
Yeah.
pointless.
Yeah.
Like why are we, you
Yeah.
know?
So you would filter that out at the beginning when you're sort of like seeing if this is a good friend material to have.
Not actively, but I think I just if I was to meet someone and that's what they did, I don't think I would wanna be friends with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would
Fair
turn
enough.
me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about with work? I know you're sort of self-employed, but like, if you were working for someone and then if they expect you, if part of the criteria is like, we expect you to always be like checking your phone, like, and you need to give a reply within like 2 minutes, something ridiculous, and you know, like, you know, something.
Well,
You know,
well, if it's like to the extent, like you said, I think it's a bit unreasonable because
yeah.
you know, like it's not installed in our brain. Like we have to physically go check our phones. It's not possible to always be,
Yeah.
you know, like.
Have you had that before? Like, 'cause I know you worked in Japan. And, like, did they have like, check your phone, check your phone, check your phone?
Well, I mean, they wouldn't communicate with us through our phone though. We actually didn't even have emails.
Through pigeons? Through
We-
owls?
No, just at work. They would just come talk to us. Now that I remember, we don't even have emails and stuff.
Your work didn't have email.
Well, because my work was not really office. It was not office work. It was
Yeah.
teaching
Yeah.
in classrooms.
Yeah.
When we're not doing that and we have spare time, we will help with office stuff.
Yeah.
So they'll give us jobs to do, but it's not an office job, so we actually didn't have.
So they would never
emails.
like have something that suddenly came up and they need to tell you, they wouldn't call you or email you.
Not during out of work hours, no. Not for my
Really?
job, yeah, actually.
Oh. Because I
We would have meetings and they would tell us then, or like
Yeah.
throughout the day when they see us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, totally. We just communicate through Japanese pigeons.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
They just throw a ninja shuriken with the message
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. And then like it just misses your face by like a centimeter, and just like oh okay oh. And then like the closer the shuriken gets, the more urgent.
What the heck is this conversation?
So if someone like throws it at you and it's like I don't know like 2 arms away, you're like oh that's not important.
Yeah, I can just get that
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
like next hour.
Can you imagine? Hey, Harry Potter sends owls, and you know fireplace. And,
Shurikens for Japan. Such a stereotype.
yeah, exactly.
Or it'd be in like in your sushi roll.
No, I'll do you one better. It'd be in like the
That's so funny.
you know the little soy sauce pack. It comes like the little fish shape soy sauce.
That's only here. I've never seen that in Japan.
But what going in here? What if they've developed technology where the soy sauce is not soy sauce, it's just a liquid, and then if they want you to read the message, you squeeze the whole entire liquid out of the soy sauce, and then the soy sauce will like
Arrange itself
arrange it
into letters.
Yeah, it'd be like, Tony, please give me a call.
That's
at this
freaking Harry Potter. That's sorcery, man.
Did you know there's a new Harry Potter coming out? A new Harry Potter game potentially coming out?
No.
Oh, I'm excited.
Is that on Nintendo Switch?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Unrelated to me then.
It's dead to me. Go play your Fire Emblem, you dweeb.
I'm stuck. Someone help me.
What's your number? 0.
Yeah, need some help.
Yeah.
We need to go back to what we were talking about.
That's alright. It's just a tangent. Communication, and then what about communication? One of the most important one. Communication with your loved ones.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important ones. Because, like, when you become an adult, that's the most time you spend with, right?
Yeah.
Even more than your parents.
Yeah.
Someday, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
I think it's really important to develop good communication with your SO,
So what? SO.
significant other.
Oh. Was that really so hard to just say significant other?
It's too long. Because I'm saving your time.
But my time is to talk to you.
Yeah,
now-
you know what I mean.
So what about so if we're talking about significant others, what? Because obviously you've dated a few people now. What is your no? Like your like if this person does this, I'm like nah. Like it's a complete straight away like no. Like you cross that person's name off.
If they're like refuse to listen, or we can't have a discussion about disagreement. If it's just like, because I want to be, it's actually pretty hard, but I want to be able to discuss our disagreements calmly.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's okay to get maybe in the moment,
Yeah.
if you're like angry,
Yeah.
that's fine. But then I want to be able to like walk away from it and then come back and then be able to talk through it.
Yeah.
But if someone can't do that, I think that is a big issue. Yeah, it just means that whenever there's something you don't agree on, you'll always disagree and
Yeah.
always fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can never come to an agreement, which is going to be like, it's just,
A massive problem.
it's going to be a massive problem, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
An everyday problem.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is do you have like a strategy to dealing with bringing certain past fights with your significant other? Like if something has happened, do you fight at that time, or do you go, okay, I need to step back, I need to think about this, I need to think about what I think about this, and then like come in with a very calm, like you said, very calm and
Right.
relax.
Yeah. Well, that's ideal.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm human as well, so I do find myself like emotional. I tend to get overly emotional, so that's why it's really important for me
To anger or to
no, not always. Not always angry. It depends on the situation. Usually, I'm like more upset or like hurt.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
So when when I'm in that state, I can't talk at all because I'm too busy feeling that way. So I can't like, I won't be able to like think objectively from the other person's perspective as well. And I also can't argue my own perspective logically, which is really important as well. Yeah, I struggle with that.
Is it because you need time to sort of form your own like
because
viewpoint, I guess?
Yeah, because otherwise I'm just going to keep saying like, why I'll be blaming the other person. Like you start blaming like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's, you know, I'm hurt, I'm angry or whatever, and then I can't like form like a logical, objective argument around and a solution as well. I think it's really important to go into a disagreement and be able to come out of it with a solution.
I think that's the intention, isn't it? You want to be able to go in but come out with like either like a solution to the problem.
Or like a compromise or something.
Sure.
Yeah, some kind of solution. But actually I only learnt to do that very recently. Yeah, because in the past it's always just like disagree, fight, and then get more upset actually. And then you end up just like, what are we fighting about? You know, you forget what you fight about and you just hate each other. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you just add oil on top of the fire.
Because like.
And it just snowballs down.
Yeah, I come from a family where, like, just of going into a rabbit hole of fights.
Really?
Like
your family?
Yeah, my family and sort of like my extended family as well, where there's a problem, but when people are talking about it, for some reason and somehow, like, it's like, it's like a snowball. It's just like over and over, and then by the end of it, I'm looking at this situation. I'm like, I think we are off track.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't become about the actual thing anymore. It's just it's
it'd be like
fueled with emotion.
It'd be like suddenly be like if the problem was like, say if it was like, you never know where you want to eat, and then like by the end of it, it's like, fuck you for not coming back home last night at 7 o'clock, and you're like,
yeah, I know, because you start like bringing up other stuff as well. Yeah.
Because I feel like, because that's like sort of where we go to, where we start throwing like, I don't know, like our
bombs.
our relationship ammo.
Yeah.
Into the to sort of win.
Store it up. Yeah. Until that point.
Because I know a lot of people where it's almost like an ego thing, where they can't lose face. The Asian lose face, where they have to be on top of the argument or the battle or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's like what you were asking me before. If someone's like that, I think that would be like a no. Yeah.
So
it's really bad.
Has there been a recent big fight in your life?
I wouldn't say fights, because like I never yell or anything.
I can't imagine you yell anyway.
This happened like maybe once or twice in my life, but it's not often. But yeah.
You gotta like get to like that breaking point, hey? For you to yell.
Yeah, it's pretty hard for me to get there these days. Yeah. It's just not worth it. I also have high blood pressure. I don't ever want to get there. Make my blood pressure worse.
Yeah, gotta calm down.
Calm down. So I wouldn't say like fights, but disagreements, like, of course, yeah.
I think, I don't know, the last time I had a fight with a significant other, I don't remember.
That's probably pretty good.
But it's not because of me being pretty good. I think it's just because from my track record, I honestly, like recently, like from sort of through meditating and through just sort of pondering my previous experiences, it feels like I show people my true self, but I don't open up as much as I thought I was doing. As much as I...
So you hold back a bit?
Certain things. And those certain things are usually my trigger points.
Oh, okay, I see.
And I think just only recently, then like similar to you, like maybe like in the past 3 months, and I mean COVID's been a great thing to sort of go through a self-discovery moment, because you're doing most of the time staying at home.
Just at home, yeah.
But I realized because I remember a lot of times like people around me will be like, I remember my sister at one point was like, "You're not ready for a relationship." I don't think my sister, her exact
Your
word is-
younger sister says that to you.
my 5-year-old younger sister, who is already in a relationship better than me, she literally looked at me and she said, "I don't think you're ready for a relationship." And I was like, and I was so offended.
But you know what I think about that?
Yeah, go on.
I don't think. I mean, obviously, if you're like 12 years old, like.
Oh, my sister's not 12 years old.
No, I mean
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah.
were really young, like okay, yeah, you're not ready. But I think once you get past that certain age,
Yeah.
you're not ever going to be ready until you go through at least one or two, because
Yeah.
you have. It's a learning journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think that's a good point.
and then you will make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you learn from them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you don't know what you want as well in a relationship unless you go through one or two or a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you just need to go through a few.
Maybe go through some, but I've gone through some pretty toxic, not actual relationships, but experiences.
Yeah.
I've gone through some pretty toxic ones
Right.
and sort of changed the way I view. Actually, one of the worst ones was actually changed my perspective on marriage, and
In a bad way.
not in a bad way, but in a way where I just don't think marriage is the solution to a lot of relationship problems.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think being a teacher as well, you see a lot of parents who are in a relationship or in a marriage or having kids for actually the wrong reason. Yeah, because to me, having kids and being in a marriage, having kids is both of you and your partner is like, we're good, like we are
have
solid.
You have to sort yourselves out first.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah. And then to a lot of people, at least to a lot of parents I've met in the past,
they'll have it as a way to fix the.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
But to me, it's a temporary fix, because at the
Yeah.
time, temporary as in like both you and the partner is focusing your attention at the new kid, because it's a new kid.
yeah.
But
You've just like moved away from the problem, but the problem's still there.
Yeah, you're
so
just
it's
in
gonna
denial,
come
isn't
back
it?
and it
Yeah.
will come back to bite you again
Yeah.
anyways. Yeah.
yeah, and I think coming from, I mean, you can understand. You probably have seen this as well, but coming from a culture where, like male bravado and what's the word they use these days? Toxic masculinity.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, those sort of like, because to this I feel like I've also realized I've got some of that in me as well.
What toxic masculinity?
Okay, tell me if this is a toxic, because I actually don't know what is considered as toxic masculinity. So
I
say
know
if,
if I'm the best person to ask, but okay.
because you're a girl, maybe. But like, it's so. For example, one of the even now, I don't usually confide how I feel or my negative thoughts to people, because at the back of my brain, something at the back of my brain is saying like, don't be a pussy. You're being a little bitch. Like, just fucking, work harder and then like
Man up,
man
yeah.
up, man up and
Yeah.
make more money, or like keep yourself busy and and then, but is me telling that to myself a toxic masculinity?
I'm actually not. I'm actually not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have to see a
I'm not
therapist about this.
sure. They can probably answer your question better than me.
They'd be like,
But-
yes or no.
Is it toxic though? Let's take out the masculinity part. Would you say that self-talk is toxic to yourself?
I feel like it's a type of self-harm to a degree, maybe.
I guess it depends how. Is it more like an encouraging way, or are you putting yourself down?
I think I'm talking myself down,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah. Then I guess if it's negative, then
It's definitely
it's
a
probably
negative thing.
toxic
thinking,
for you.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have those sort of like toxic thinking or like negative, like feelings throughout your day?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if any of mine are related to gender though.
So what would be one of yours then?
Well,
Need more anime.
that's pretty toxic.
You start writing emails to like the publisher like, I need more anime.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the main ones that I get these days is like, because we're like, I don't know, getting closer to 30 every day.
You're revealing your day. You're revealing your age, not me.
Closer, right? Well,
Yeah,
closer,
yeah.
well, later 20s than earlier, isn't
Sure.
it? Once you get past 25, you're closer to 30.
You're minimizing. Okay, whatever. Tell people your age.
It's
if I
fine.
don't care.
It's fine, everyone knows. So, like, I feel pressured
To do what?
to have my life together and also have my relationship together and also have a family as well. Because, you know, like, for girls, it's like when you're 30, you're like old.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know
I
what
know.
I'm talking
I know what you mean.
Like,
I don't
there's a-
personally see it like that, but I know
Well,
exactly.
there's a
what you mean.
biological clock.
Yeah.
It's there. I'm not even like I have to have a family or kids, but then just because it's a thing that exists,
Yeah.
it's like in the back of my mind
Yeah.
every day. You know what I mean?
To you, what is success?
This is why I was talking to my therapist.
Keep going.
Well, I don't know. I'm still trying to answer that question myself. Yeah, because I've been like trying to question my beliefs recently. Like, is this what I really believe in? And what do I really want? Like, what do I think success is? And they're like really hard questions to answer, but
It's such an easy question, isn't it?
yeah, it
It's
is.
such a hard question to answer.
Yeah,
Because I think
I don't think I can tell you right now.
my vision of success changes maybe like every season.
I think we all have goals.
Sure.
But then you gonna think like what kind of state or emotions are those goals bringing you? So is it freedom? Is it like I don't know. Yeah, financial freedom or like there's all these other things. Depends what yeah.
Are you more realistic right now? Are you more about keeping yourself financially stable, or are you more about finding a really good relationship? In your vision of success.
Obviously, if I could do both, that would be amazing.
Of course.
But I figured out that I need to take care of myself first before I can take care of my relationship.
Yeah.
Because if I haven't got myself sorted,
Yeah.
that kind of it spills over into my relationship.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like if you're not happy,
Yeah.
your relationship's not going to be happy.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I think. I don't know. I'm obviously like I'm super single right now, like just not doing much.
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, not gentlemen. Sorry, just
Hey,
ladies. Oh, sorry. Did I just assume you're?
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
So you just cut that out.
No, that's fine. Do you know I don't really edit much of?
Yes,
like,
I know. I listened to the previous one.
I just go whatever.
You put even the car honking in there.
I thought about changing it, but then I was like, what's the point?
Just lazy.
Yeah, honestly, maybe. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Because to me, I'm always like, oh, I really don't want to hear cuts. And I feel like it's hard to make cuts subtle.
Really?
Because you always have like a little, unless there's a long gap. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'm just not a very good editor.
Give it a go. Because if you find without the visual part, you probably can't you probably won't notice.
I think so. So maybe I have to keep like, I know someone has said like, oh, just keep a gap, and then so it's easier to like sort of attach it on.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. All right, I'll start doing it. But yeah, I don't know. I just find success. My vision of success changes a lot of time. Right now is a little bit more stable, where success to me is just I want financial stability. I want financial freedom. But at the same time, I went back to uni, so that's not helping on that part.
Oh, right,
not
right,
currently
right.
anyway.
Yeah, in the long term.
In long term, hopefully.
ways to help you.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. What else been going on with you?
Not that much.
School
I'm not
holiday.
even really posting anymore on YouTube, so.
Are you sort of thinking about something else? Would you other than YouTube?
I think I'm just taking it easy for a little bit. Yeah.
Is it getting to you a little bit?
I
Are you
think
are you the type of person that fixates on the numbers that a lot of like
Yeah.
famous YouTubers talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was not good for my mental health. So I have to like kind of take a step back.
Are we talking about like you sitting in front of the computer and just like constantly refreshing that number?
Yeah, I will be on Social Blade and then I'll refresh it all the time, see if my numbers are growing, and I'll check it like if I posted a video, I'll refresh it like 10 times in a minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's a bit obsessive, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? You're shifting your focus on other things? Well, you're trying to?
Yeah. So I'm focusing a bit more on teaching and taking a step back from.
You got some commentary videos that I was telling you about it. The Naruto one, that was fun.
Did you read the comments?
No, was it bad?
Yeah, it was
Oh.
bad.
But why read them? Like,
Well, I mean, I used to like reading comments the most because, if I post a cover, people be like, "This is so nice," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like people will write good stuff. But all the comments I like to read are like, "You made me want to learn the flute." So
that's a nice word. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
So
nice word.
those comments are really awesome. But yeah, I guess like if you're on the internet, you're just gonna get the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, to me it's always like, whenever people talk about like, I guess maybe also at the same time, it's not my livelihood, it's not like my income source that I have to care about, but like, the way I see it a lot of times is like, it's like saying, here is a pile of beautiful flowers to look at, and then next to it is a pile of dog shit. Why keep going there? Why don't you just look at the, because it's like,
Oh, okay.
like nice comments, I don't know.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's on my video though, so it's kind of like, say if you posted a picture on your Facebook
Yeah.
or Instagram, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna read the comments, right? You're gonna see who liked it.
But that's because not many people comment on any of my social like things. And
I
the people
don't
who do,
On my like normal videos, there's not that many. I can read all of them. Maybe like 40 comments. It's not like it's not like thousands. Yeah.
but also I feel like maybe being a guy helps with my not giving a fuck attitude.
Yeah, I need a bit more of that.
Do you want me to just lump it off to you? Just like, just cut a piece of fat. It's just like, my brain. Cut a piece of my brain.
Yeah, yeah.
into
Good, you can shoot, you can it to me.
you. But this time we'll actually go into your brain.
needs to go
Yeah, just go into it. How cool would that be actually?
That would hurt.
No, but if someone is so good at shuriken throwing, they can like just like,
Penetrate the right place.
my analogy is dying, isn't it?
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
I don't know. I'm just having a good time. Yeah. I remember talking to a friend of mine who is a really good musician, and he's starting to put a lot of his music out, and he recently got, what's the word? When you get a tick on Spotify, like verified.
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah,
recently
yeah.
got verified on.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh shit, like that's awesome. And then his music, is starting to be on like, like indie playlists, and like sort of like,
That's really good.
yeah. And I was like, oh, that's good. And then I haven't spoken to him yet about how he's been going, but I wonder if he's starting to get those sort of negative comments. Yeah. I don't know.
Probably. Like if you're out there, you're bound to get hate.
But you can't do much about the hate, can you? Because it's like someone.
Gotta ignore it.
Yeah. Because it's like, because it feels like, if you and I are just walking down the street, and someone just goes, "Oi, Daniel, you fucking smell like shit." I'm like, alright, cool.
I would cry.
Oh my god. You don't smell a shit.
I'm pretty sensitive, yeah.
You smell wonderful.
I don't
Or is
know
that just a
if
flower
that's
shop next door?
I think that's the flower shop.
Next door. No. I don't know. I just feel like what?
Keep going.
No, I just feel like people who say crappy things are either young, naive, or they just have nothing better to do.
Yeah, it's more a reflection of them, I think, their own negativity, and they
Yeah.
put it on to
Yeah. It's like the bully is usually the bullied anyway. Yeah. How do we get from communication to being bullied?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Tangents.
It's tangents, yeah. No, but just, communication is something that a particular skill and trait that's been recently surfacing in my life. Communication with family, with friends, with employees.
And they're all different as well.
All very different.
Yeah.
But I think it's all under the umbrella of communication. Because I think a lot of times I think I'm communicating it well, but later on finding out that actually the person was listening to it didn't take it like that. Might be because the way I was acting or the way I was saying it. Because, okay, I'll give you a very, very simple example. I won't say who it is, but basically I said to a friend of mine that he or she was not able to come hang out with me on this day. I was asking her, oh damn, I said it. Anyway, this a girl, and then I just said, oh, you're gonna palm me off like that? And then thinking nothing about it, but then talking to my other female friends, they were like, oh, you did not say that. You did not just say that. I was like, oh, why?
Is that inappropriate?
Is that bad? And they're like, well, how would you feel if I just go, oh, you're just gonna palm me off like that? But what I mean by it is in a more playful way, like, oh, you're gonna palm me off, like,
Yeah,
you know,
like jokingly.
jokingly, but I didn't realize, because obviously text
Did you
doesn't.
text?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here's another form of communication or miscommunication that happens in
Yeah.
today's society is texting. Sarcasm doesn't work in that. You should know this by now.
I did, and that's why I put a little laughing face next to it.
The laughing emoji could mean anything.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
when it's like you're pissed,
Yeah.
and then you say lol, and you put the laughing emoji. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people do that, even when they're pissed.
I don't know. Yeah.
Or the smiley emoji means anything. It could, haven't you seen like
So
when
you're
people
saying
are
that-
like, can I go do this? Yeah, that's fine. Smiley emoji. It could mean, yeah, that's fine. Or it could mean, no, it's not, and I'm going to kill you later.
Do you say this to your boyfriend?
I don't have the smiley emoji.
You just force period, like dot.
I just be like, fine.
Oh. But see, I know that means you're in trouble. But when someone puts a smiley face or whatever, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're cool about it. Obviously not.
I think it's tailored for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
I had a friend who would text with perfect grammar,
That's good.
but it was weird. It was really weird. She would put full stops at the end of every sentence, and then capitals, and then full stops. So it was just really weird for
Wait.
text, especially the full stop.
Oh, but yeah, that's true.
It just makes everything seem like very blunt and like
Formal.
formal. Yeah.
But is she still communicating in the most effective way? Is she still trying to get her point of view across as quickly as possible?
Well, such a waste of time to put the dot on the end.
That's true.
I don't know. I think it's tailored for everyone.
Yeah. Some people have said in the past that my emails can be a bit blunt,
Oh, okay.
but the way I see it is like it's not blunt. It's just me trying to be as formal as possible and trying to communicate. Like if I want to ask something, I want to be able to say that with maybe 2 sentences max. Because,
Just add a smiley face next time.
but not in a formal email. I can't.
Well, if it's like not, if it's formal but like not crazy formal, like to someone that's like above you, I would sometimes still add a smiley face at
Really?
the yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Where's my smiley face when I email you, hey? Actually, I don't think
Sometimes I think I might sometimes
I don't know.
add smiley faces, yeah.
But yeah, because yeah, to me, I'm just like...
Jeez, now I gotta make sure I put smiley
Yeah.
faces every time on
You
my
better.
emails.
Oh, oops. Oh, I can hear that. That's a really loud bang. Yeah, but I just... With emails, I communicate in a very... I try to... In a very blunt way because, number one, I don't want the person to misinterpret anything. And number two, I want to get my point across as quickly as possible. Especially when I'm talking to like a manager or I guess in teaching words, the principal or the head of department or
Yeah.
parents, whatever. Like I want to communicate. Huh?
Karens?
No,
Oh,
parents.
parents.
Karens.
Like, wow,
Are
okay.
you traumatized by Karen? Oh, I saw a funniest Karen the other day.
What?
I saw a funniest Karen the other day. It was around my place, and then a kid was riding a scooter, but those not motorized, but like electrical scooter.
Oh, yeah.
And then like this lady, who was 100% a Karen, 100%. She had blonde, short hair, and then she was white, and she was taking her dog was like a Chihuahua, so like a small dog, and I was walking our family dog Blue, while we did walking down the street, and so all I hear was, "Excuse me, you can't ride a motorbike on a pedestrian crossing."
Motorbike.
And then the kid, I don't know if he was good, but he was maybe like early 20s or 19, 20, whatever. And he took it very well. He was, "Oh, this is actually an electrical scooter." She was like, "No, it's a motorbike, and you need to ride that on the road." And then he was just like, "I'm just gonna
Lime
keep going."
scooters aren't.
No, like, yeah, it was basically
Like-
lime scooter sort of thing. Yeah.
I was even gonna say, even lime scooters, you can ride that on the pedestrian.
Yeah, well, because it's
Well, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah,
Then
you
why
can do
would
it.
she ask the
I
electric
don't know.
scooter to go?
because she's a Karen.
That's dangerous for the electric scooter
I know,
person.
right? Yeah. And so the guy was like, I think he said it twice, like, "Oh, it's a electrical bike," you know. He even was like, "Oh, I can make it into like, I don't actually have to, what's the word, like,
Rev it or something.
rev it or like accelerate. I can just do it by foot as well."
Manually.
Yeah, manually. And she's like, "No, you can do it automatically." So it's, and then I was just listening to this conversation and I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
She has nothing better to do.
Nothing better to do. And then her
Probably.
Chihuahua little dog thing was barking at our giant ass
Oh, it's a
Malamute.
small dog syndrome.
Yeah, and then our giant dog was just like, eh.
It's like a mosquito to
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
He didn't even give the other dog any acknowledgement. He was just like, yeah, doop 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 doop. You're right, let's keep going. I'm thirsty. Sort of thing. But yeah. Oh well, anyway. How long do you think we've done this for?
Oh, I don't think it's been 1 hour yet.
You don't think so? Well, last time it wasn't 1 hour, was it?
Last time it was.
Was it?
just.
I was like 50 something minutes, eh? 48 minutes. We've got 10 more
Oh,
minutes to go. We got blab on for another 10 minutes.
Could blab on forever.
We could. Are you going anywhere during the holidays?
No.
No big trips coming up?
No.
Do you know what your partner is planning for you for your...
I'm not sure yet.
No. Is it a trip away?
Like a weekend.
Just not a fishing trip.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
He always does that.
Like he'll do something nice for you, but it's
Actually,
actually
let's
a
talk about
benefit.
this after.
We'll talk about it. I'll bitch about it. No. You love him.
Well, after working on communication, yes.
Yeah.
maybe. It's
Well-
improved actually.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, with him because he's much better at it than me.
But it's just because he's more level-headed to a degree.
Yes, but I don't think it's got to do necessarily with being level-headed because I never went into a disagreement thinking we need to talk about it and then find a solution.
Yeah.
It was always just I want them to understand why I'm feeling this way.
Before.
Previously.
Previously.
Yeah. Now I'm now I'm starting to learn, right, okay, after I explain, now we need to work together to find a solution, whereas
Yeah.
that was never in my books before.
So once you bring that, I want to find a solution. Does he then go, sure, 100%, let's try and work something out?
Yeah, and then it's much easier. Like,
Yeah.
it feels more like working together rather
Yeah.
than you're like fighting your views, you know, because that's all I've known before was just to fight my views.
Do you
Yeah.
think this is the first time you're doing it differently in a
Yeah.
relationship?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a learning process for me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been like learning recently, and
Yeah.
I didn't like once you know, it's like, oh duh, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's almost like you gotta put your pride aside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, to me anyway.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Admit fault when you are in the
Yeah.
wrong, which
Like,
is
oh,
really
I
hard.
did fuck up, you know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone to the fishing trip with you. I'm
Music
kidding.
to my ears.
Music to my ears. You just record that next time. Just like, go put it on while you go to sleep.
Yeah, if he says that, just record it.
And you're like,
It's
oh.
Yeah.
My brain feels so good.
Can't have a serious conversation today.
Ah, alright.
Oh,
So,
it's funny.
going back to trips, is there a place you would like to go within Queensland? Anywhere tickle your fancy?
Not in particular. I want to go out of Queensland.
Where would you want to go?
Well, I kind of want to explore Melbourne properly.
Have you not been to Melbourne properly?
I have been there once or twice.
Wait, do you mean Melbourne as in central Melbourne, or do you mean like Victoria?
Victoria, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But I haven't been there with a local.
Oh,
That can take me around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so my boyfriend's from Melbourne, so
Yeah.
I think it would be good if
Is
I
he
could.
super central, or is he more like suburban area? Like where he grew up anyway?
I think he's like 20 minutes away from Central, and he's lived in Central
Oh, that's
Melbourne before as
fucking
well, so
close.
it's pretty, I think it's,
Yeah.
pretty close, yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, that'd be good, because it's
I
always
would-
nice to have a local. I have a friend. Actually, if you ever go down there, once borders open up, there's a place I could recommend you to go.
Okay.
A friend of mine
yeah.
owns a pancake store down there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
so
good?
He does this thing where I haven't seen anyone else does it yet. He does a pancake chips, where he'll deep fry the pancakes. Oh,
Oh my god, that sounds so unhealthy.
but it's so good.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
It's like I think they call it pancake chips.
I've never heard that before. Did he come up with that? That's really creative.
I don't know, but I've only ever had it in his shop,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really good. And then actually I interviewed him. He's one of the first person. Not you're the first person I've ever interviewed on this podcast, but he was like the fourth or the third one I interviewed
Right, yeah.
because it was during like peak COVID, and I was like,
There's
hey,
no one around.
There's no one around. Do you want to come hang out? He's like, yeah, sure. Oh,
Yeah.
and now he is doing a beef noodle, like Taiwanese beef noodle.
I would want to try that too.
Oh, I need to link it to you later.
Yeah.
I need to link
yeah,
it to you
yeah,
later
yeah,
because
yeah.
he's trying to do it. I think at the moment because they can't do deliveries, there's some thing they can't do, so they're doing it like a vacuum seal sort of thing where they give you
Oh,
like the kit, and then
oh, you put it together at home yourself, kind of thing.
but they give you all the kit like the beef noodle broth,
oh,
the
okay.
beef, the meat, the noodles, and then like the pickles. You know the Taiwanese pickles,
I think I'm
like the cabbage pickles. You know the
咸菜
yeah.
or 酸菜 or something.
No, yeah, that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then like
yeah.
some chilies and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I just realized we should do a podcast of just speaking Mandarin.
oh my god. I
Can you
don't know
imagine?
if I'm good. I'm gonna be good.
Can you imagine how terrible our like people would be like, this
The
doesn't make
natives
sense.
speak.
The natives-
Yeah, the native speakers be like, who wants to listen to this?
They'd be like, what's
Two
this trash?
noobs talking.
Yeah, it's trash.
And
And we speak with like really like, oh, I don't know what this means.
or how to say this. Yeah.
What would you want to talk about if we? Oh yeah, if we were to do a Taiwanese podcast, what would you say?
Something that's not going to like be talking about political stuff or I don't know how
Oh
to
my god,
express.
can we do like a nostalgic like Taiwanese memories of like or like Chinese New Year and then like but all in Mandarin?
Wait, what? In Chinese New Year?
For
About
during
Chi-
yeah
Oh,
during
during Chinese New Year.
yeah. That'd be fun.
That's like next year.
It's
In Jan-
already. It's almost October.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And I mean, like, someone's already planning a Christmas party.
Not me.
Not me either. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know. No, it's fine. She doesn't listen to this.
Yeah, of course.
The other day, you know how the other day you were saying like, oh, my voice sucks. Like your voice, you were saying like, oh, Daniel, my voice sucks, but your voice is so much better. And then like, she was just like, no, her voice is much better than you. Your voice to me sounds like fucking 8. And I was like,
Of course she'd say that because you're siblings.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. But you know, I honestly think you don't have a bad like speaking voice.
It just sounds weird to listen. It sounds weird to listen to yourself. I
Yeah.
think that's the case for everyone.
But I thought you'd be used to like editing your own, because you know you do so much YouTube videos. Like I thought you'd be used to listening to yourself over and over again.
Yeah, I think because with podcasts it's just audio, it makes me focus even more on.
There's no visual thing.
Yeah, so I think maybe that's why.
Maybe in the future I'll have a camera.
No,
Do you know how hard? Do you know how?
you'll spend a lot more time if you have the visuals.
I don't even know
trust
how
me.
that would work.
It would just be like Joe Rogan, like camera. Oh, he has like 2 angles.
He's got an actual.
He's like an actual setup.
He's got. Have you seen his new studio?
No.
It is dope.
Yeah.
It looks like a spaceship.
Oh, really?
Just like the way the interior looks, it just looks like and it's all neon red, and it's just like real like, it's very him.
Right.
It's very
I
Rogan
need to look it up.
experience sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Actually, before we like finish,
Yeah.
there was something I wanted to ask
Yeah, go on.
as well.
Go on.
So in terms of like, because we talked about communication with friends and SO, right?
Significant others?
Yeah, thanks
I
for
just wanna
explaining.
make it very
Everyone
clear.
knows except for you.
I bet you. Okay, anyway, go on.
What's communication like with your family? Because I feel like, especially since we're both from Asian backgrounds, like my family has no communication.
Neither does mine.
Whenever someone's pissed or anything like that in our family, we kind of like don't talk about it, and it becomes passive aggressive.
Yep.
Is that the same with you?
Basically, and then somehow like after like 2 dinners of no talking, everything just goes back to normal.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas like, I don't know about my sister, but I used to think I need to help and mitigate the situation. Mediate the situation. I'm trying to like
So like, if your sister was having an argument
with my
your
parents or my
yeah.
parents are having an argument with each other, a lot of times I feel like it was
You need, yeah.
my job, or I need to like, play the
The mediator.
and
Yeah.
make sure everything's fine. But I just think from time to time it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked for 20 something odd years. Like, to me now, I'm like, if they're fighting, I don't see a point throwing myself in a situation. Like, say if it was my parents fighting, and then like I have nothing to do with it, I will keep to myself, and then like I won't do anything about it. But the hard thing is, as you know, like most Asian families, they like to throw everyone into the argument. And it's just like, oh god. But I guess it's easier for you right now because your family is not here because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like putting your feet up. You're like, oh, no problem.
That's the mental image, yeah. So like, how does your parents resolve conflict then?
They don't.
Oh.
Well.
Don't you feel like that builds up then?
Yeah.
It's swept under the table.
It's not
kind of
healthy for
thing.
sure. Yeah. It's a lot of. I come from a very. Without getting into too much of it, I come from a very interesting family dynamic where I used to think it was my fault. I used to think that I need to do something to, but then, coming back from overseas and having to go through some communication situation on my own, I realized like
everyone's responsible for their own
exactly
communication with the other person.
exactly
Yeah.
like my relationship with you, Tony, is like it's my responsibility. I need to make sure that like when I'm spending time with you as a friend, I need to give you my undivided attention, because to me I feel like that's number one, not wasting your time, and number two, like make you feel like make you understand that like I respect you and I don't want to just like oh yeah whatever. But you know, a lot of times people who I'm close with don't always have that mindset.
Yeah.
But I've had to learn this mindset by encountering a lot of social situations with bosses, with people who come from zero background that have coming from a very different background. You know, going to London, like a lot of people I've met wasn't Asians. A lot of them were like Scottish people, Irish people, or like like their family. They were like, oh, my great parents have been in this pub for hundreds of years, and I'm like, great.
Good for you.
What does that feel like? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But I think more and more, I would hope that when I get to, you know, my parents' age, that I would be open enough to have the same honesty with my friends or with my loved ones or with my family or with whoever or with myself. Because I feel like the older we get, the more fixated we are to our beliefs. And then it's very unlikely to change. It's harder
more
to change.
More set in your ways.
Yeah. And then,
true.
because one thing I can think is like maybe in like 50 years time when we're old and fucking dying.
It's depressing.
It's, it's a part of the process. But like we'll be like unwilling to change with the technology. We are right now.
That's what I was thinking too.
We are right now, but not maybe
that
in the future.
sometimes. Yeah. Like I wonder if I'm gonna be that old person that can't adapt to new technology as well.
Because right now I'll be like, oh, why is my mom not using Instagram or Snapchat or WhatsApp or whatever it is, like QR scan or whatever it is. But I wonder if I'm gonna be that person where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I have like about 10 years. I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Very, very possible.
Yeah, but you know, it's each to their own. But is there anything else you want to add to what we have said so far?
No, not in particular. Yeah.
All right.
I think we covered most of it.
Communication. Yeah. And the massive tangent.
Yeah.
Do you like this sort of format where it's just a tangent? Or do you like? I know you said to me like you like a general.
Yeah, I like a
direction.
General idea.
But if we go to like chuck a left, do a U-turn,
we
circle around the roundabout for a couple times.
I think that's what happened today.
Yeah, well, you know.
More than last time.
Yeah. Well, because to be fair, last time we didn't actually catch up beforehand. Last time we just went straight in. There was more things to talk about.
True. Yeah.
Whereas you and I had a meal, where my meal was very... What's the word? Mediocre. I had a kimchi benedict. It was...
Kimchi flavored bread.
Basically. You know, I'm not gonna call out who it is, but yeah. Was your any good?
I don't know why it was okay.
It was just a burger, wasn't it?
It was like a muffin-ish, sausage burger, patty.
If someone fucks up a burger, I'd be like, what are you doing with your life, man? Yeah. Alright, anyway, I think that's all we have for today, isn't it? Alright, on that note, I will say bye.